Hello dear friends, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make web page pagination using PHP and jQuery. Okay, first of all let's see how this pagination works. For example, you have a table. Inside the table you have a lot of items and you want the user your page to load those data, but a few of them, and the rest should be stored in separate pages but inside single page. So the pagination, how it works, it creates this numbers. Each one is a page number. If you click, as you can see, the last item is the product 5. If I go to page 2, then it starts from product 6 to 10, and just like that. You seen this on the Google search also. And beside that, we also have the search. For example, I search for product 2. It only show those items which are close or like this one. So in this case, product 2 and 20 are like this, and it showed that. As you can see, it only show one page right now. But if there's more product, it will for example, I write product 1 and it shows every product which has a 1 inside of them, and there's 3 pages like that. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. So this is very useful if you have a e-commerce website and you want your products to be shown in separate pages, or you have a search website. This is very useful. Instead of making everything in a single page, just make it very nice and smooth. So now let's jump back to my folder, and I create a folder. I call it Pagination, and I will create everything inside this folder. First of all, I have to open my Visual Code or any code editor you like. I've opened my Visual Code editor. You can open any code editor you like, and I just drag and drop my folder. And now everything will be, half my code will be inside this folder. Okay, first of all, I create a file called db.php. This is my database connection. So I create my database connection very quick. This is my host name, and then my host username, because I use localhost and I use XAMPP. This is root. My password, this is empty, and then my database name. My database name is test, and then I just make a variable called con for connection, and I use equal to MySQLi connect, and I just put the name of host, the user, the pass, and the DB name. And just like that, I have the connection. I have to check the connection. If it's not connected, then I wanna die. I'm gonna print connection failed, and I also wanna print the MySQLi connect error as well. Okay, and just like that, my DB connection has been created. Let's test it. I go to YouTube, and inside this folder I have this pagination. Everything is okay, no error. Now this is my table name, test, and my database name. Inside this one I have a table called pagination. Okay, let's come back to my Visual Code. And here I create another file. I call it index.php, and I create just a basic HTML5 structure. I give it a title of pagination with search, and I have to import few library because I want to use Bootstrap to make everything much simpler. I just import the Bootstrap library. Okay, just like that. And after that, After that, I need to create some style. These are some style. Pagination tag, and when it's active in Java, this is design, not necessary, but things looks better. Inside the body, I create a div called container, and I give it some margin. And inside this div, I create a title, an h2. I give it a class. I give it some bottom margin, and I also want to center the sticks. I say product pagination with search, and I close my title. After this, I have to create a section for the search bar, so I create a div, a row, and inside this row I create a column with this column d12 class, which means it will take everything at the page. And let's give this row a little bit of margin at the bottom. And inside this column, I'm going to create an input. My input type is text. I give it an ID of search, and I give it a class form control, which is a Bootstrap class for forms, and I give it a placeholder search for product. And just like that, I'm going to close it. After this, I create another div, the class of row, which I mean another row, and inside this row will be my product data will be loaded here. Okay, product data will be loaded here. I have to give it an ID also, so I give it an ID. I call it data container. Everything will be show up inside this div. Okay, looks good. Let's see how it looks. And this is how it looks. Okay, it looks really nice. Let's come back to our code, and now I'm going to use jQuery. As you can see here, I imported the jQuery library, also the Bootstrap. Okay, and here I'm going to open a script tag, script, and I close my script. Okay, and inside this script, I'm going to say when the document is loaded, do this. So document dot ready. When the document is ready, open a function, and everything will be inside here. Let's test it. Which means when the page is loaded, it should give me an alert. Let's test. Yeah, it's working. Okay, remove this alert. Okay, so what I should do when the page is loaded? I want this one to load a function. First of all, I have to create a function. I call it load data. So whenever the page is loaded, we want this function to be load. So this function take two input. The first one is the page and also the search. That's we have two parameters, so it takes two parameters. And maybe the search could be empty, so default it is an empty. Okay, inside this function we use AJAX, so AJAX, and inside this AJAX we want to send this page and search data to another PHP file which will bring us the data. So we have to post this data. First of all, I write the URL and I say fetch data.php. We'll create this file in a moment, and after that I want to use the method. My method is post because I want to post this data, and after that I send some data, in this case the page in the search. Okay, inside this data I want to send two things: the page, which is page, and also the search, which is search. And that's it. So when it is a success, I want to run a function to send data, and when we got, which means if we send this data and we get anything, it will bring back those data inside this variable data, and I want to put those data inside this def. How we can do that? First of all, we have to select my data container using ID. Okay, just like this. I have selected my data container, and inside this HTML I put data. Okay, that's it. Looks beautiful. And okay, this is my function. Okay, from here to here. Okay, now once everything is loaded, once the function is created, we have to load this function. So just type load data, and for default I sent 1, which means load 1 page. And that's it. But we don't have anything to show at the moment. We have to create this fetch data.php file. I just create this one, but before doing that, I also want to do something else also. I want to create something to handle the pagination link when it's clicked. When it's clicked, it should handle that. So in here, I say $document on the document when on, which means when something is clicked. Okay, what's clicked? I want to select that item, and I say the pagination link. Pagination link. When the pagination link is clicked, it should run me a function with a parameter of e. Okay, we will do this in a moment. I just remember this part of the code. Okay, now we have to create this PHP fetch data.php. Okay, there we have it. So inside this file, first of all, we have to include our database. Okay, first of all, we have to include our database. So how you can do that? It's very simple. It's include and the database name, which is db.php. As you remember, in the index we sent two parameters, the page and the search. So we have to get the current page number from the request and the search. How we can do that? First of all, I'm going to get the page. So I create a parameter, a variable called page, and first I check if it is set or not. First I check if it is set, and $post, and the name is page. Okay, this one, this name. And if it is post, then okay. If it is not, so I check for integer post, which means if it is empty, then I give it a default number of 1. After that, I need to create a limit for how many items should be loaded on a single page. So I create a variable called limit. I give it, for example, 5. parameter 5. You can do whatever you like, and then I have to create an offset variable. And how the offset work, we have to take our page and -1 times the limit. It will calculate the offset for us. After that, I need to also get the search, and I create a variable called search, and I check if it is set or not, just like we did for the page. Sorry, search, and if it is not set, $post search. If nothing is set, we want to set it to empty. Okay, just like this. We get the search query. If it is empty, we put it empty. After that, we have to modify the query based on the search input. How you can do that? I create a variable called search query, and I set it to empty, and then I check if the search is not empty, which means there is something on the search variable. $search. If the search is not empty, I change my query. Okay, now my query will be different. Okay, how my query should be now? I say where inside my table name is Pagination, and I have this product ID, product name, and price. Where product name, like, this is how the search query works, like $search, just like this. That's it. Okay, we want to see where the product name look like search, and just bring that one. This is our search query if search is not empty. Okay, after that we have to fetch the data for the current page. So we make another variable called query, and this is equal to select everything from the table name. My table name is Pagination, from Pagination, and after that we have to put this search query. If it's available, it will put this thing inside here. Okay, just like this. If the search is available, if not, it will be empty. Very tricky. Okay, we just put this one here, and you want to order everything by product ID, product ID, ascending everything, and after that I have to limit. You can limit 1, 2, but we have already set the limit, so put that. And after that we have to create an offset and put my offset in here. Okay, let me show you again how the query works. If there is no search, it will be this. Okay, just this. But if there is a search, it will be like this. Much understandable right now. Okay, then we have to get result from this one. MySQL query, using my connection, and send this query. The query. Okay, then we want to display this data because it will get a result for us. We want to show those results. We want to display those results. I create a div with a class of row. Okay, and after that, inside this row, I use while loop, while $row equal to MySQL fetch suck, I want to fetch everything from this result. Okay, and once it is fetched, it will be showing here. But you have to make it looks beautiful. How you can do that? We already created a row inside here. We use equal, and we create a div with a class of column md12, and we also give it some padding, margin at the bottom, and then we create another div with a class of, okay, be careful, with a class of cart, and under this one we create another div with a class of cart body, and under this one we create a p tag with the class of cart text, and we create a strong tag, and that's it. Okay, and after that, inside this paragraph, I want to show my product name. Okay, just say use this $row inside this one, put your table item name, which is product name. Okay, when you want to combine the HTML with the PHP, use this .row. Okay, and then I close my strong, and I say this is okay. And after that, I'm going to show the price, but I need to put a dot and then row, then price. Let me see if it's price or not. Yeah, it's price. Okay, and let's close my p tag. My p tag is also closed. And after that, I close my div. So this div, and after that, I'm going to close my other div also. I think I have 3 div. Let's make it a little bit more understandable. This is for this one, this is for this, and this is for this. And I want to close everything. Okay, once loop is done, I have to close this row div also. I can do that, just type equal and close this div. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see what it does. Okay, as you can see, it load 5 items for us, but there's no pagination buttons to go to the next page, and also search not work at the moment. Okay, let's keep going. Now we have to get the total number of records for the pagination. Okay, how we can do that? We have to create another variable. I call it total query, and this is equal to, I want to select and count. I have to count everything as total from my table, which is pagination, and I have to put this query also, search query if it's available. Okay, just like that, we will count everything, which means we check how many results we have. After that, I create another variable. I call it total results, and I run this MySQLi query. I send my connection and this total query to run it. So it will store it inside this total result. Okay, after that I have to fetch everything, so I create another variable. I call it total row, and this is equal to MySQLi fetch a sock, and I put this total result inside this one. After that, I create another variable, I call it total records, and this is equal to, from this total row, get made this total, because we already named, set everything this count to inside the total. Okay. Okay. Once we have done that, we have to calculate the total number of pages also. So total pages equal to, use this function CEIL, and we put the total records divide by the limit. This limit, okay, we already put to the limit. This will get the total number of pages. Okay, once we have our variables, we have to show that. Okay, we have to show our pagination page numbers. You have to display the custom pagination links. How we can do that? We just echo, create a div with a class of pagination. We use flex, looks everything nicer. We justify content center. These are just simple Bootstrap tags. Okay, and after that we do another echo, create a tag. We say it shouldn't do anything, and we give it a class of rounded pagination link. Okay, we also give it a data page, and this is equal to 1. And after this, we need to close this tag. We have to close it. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Okay. Okay, and after that, let's you have to show all the pagination links. So we need a kind of loop for that. So we use for just a simple for loop, for I equal to 1, I smaller and greater than equal to smaller and equal to total pages, and I plus my code here. I want to check for active pages, which is equal to $I equal to $page $page, and if it's not active, then set it to empty. I will explain in a moment. Okay, and then I have to echo, a tag with href, and this is empty. Then I put a class rounded pagination link and $active in here. Okay, and after that I say the data page, and this is the number of data page $I. And I say $I in here, and I close my tag. Okay, and I also close, okay, my for is closed, and after that I also echo another tag. I give it a class rounded pagination link, pagination link and data. Okay, pagination link. This should be like this. Pagination link and data is data page equal to it should be the total page. So something like this. Total pages and okay. And close my div. So equal is closed. Now I explain what does it mean. Okay, first of all, we have created this query to get the total number of the pages, and then we just create a pagination link div, and inside that div we put this a tag to show the number of page, and that should come from a loop. So we create a loop for the total of page, and for each one we create a tag and show the number of the page, like page 1, 2, 3, 4, and at the end we equal the total number of the page, and we close our div. Okay, I think this part is completed, but we didn't finish this part yet. So let's complete my let's complete this handling part. This is for handling the pagination link when it's clicked. Okay, maybe if you ask where these classes come from, these classes, so just design, okay, these classes, or the design also the Bootstrap class. Okay, let's handle the pagination link clicked. So we say from the document, when the pagination link is clicked, run this function. Okay, what should the function do? First of all, because it's a kind of form, we want to prevent the defaults, and after that we create a variable. I call it page, and this is equal to which page is clicked. I want to take that one, so I use this data, and inside those data is I want to get the page number from this link. Which link is clicked, I want to get that page number. Okay, so just put page inside this one. After that, I want to get the search input. So create a variable, call it search, and this is equal to $. I want to select my search by ID, and I want to get the value of the search. After that, I want to load the data from the clicked page with search term. How we can do that? Very easy. We already created this function. So say load data and send the page and the search. That's it. And after that, I want to remove the active class from the links. For example, if I click on link to page 2, it should change the class, and just like that. Okay, so I select my pagination a tag using class, and I just want to remove class active. I remove class active. Okay, and here if you see, this is active. I want to remove that if I go to page 2. Okay, and after that I need to add the active class to the current link. For example, if I click from page 1 to page 2, that page 2 should be active. So I use this, add class, and this should be active. Okay, we are mostly done, but we also have to handle the search because we don't have anything for the search. I just select my search by ID, search, and I use handling function. I use key up. On the key up, it should run the function. Inside this function I create a variable called search, and this is equal to, I get the value from this $, this value, it will get the search input value. After that, we have to load the first page with the search term. Just run my function called load data and send 154 in my search term. Okay, let's save that one, and that's it. Let's see how it looks. Okay, refresh. Okay, this is my page. It automatically ran 5 items per page. And then if I click this 2, page 2, okay, it's not working. Let me inspect and see why it's not working. Let's see if the search works. Yeah, search is working. Search works correctly, but it's not working. Let me see why. Okay, I found out the problem. As you can see in here, okay, inside the PHP code we got our page, well, total number of page. Then we created this div to show our pagination links. We created this one to go to preview page, and this one to go to the next page, and the page numbers inside that one. But in here, when we click on any of this page number, which is these ones, when we click, it should load this part of the code. But the problem is, first of all, we didn't select the pagination by class, so we have to put this dot. And there's another mistake. It shouldn't be here. It should be after the function is closed in here. Okay, now let's save and refresh. And now if I click to page 2, as you can see, we are on the page 2, page 3, page 4. Let's see if the search also works. I type 9 and we have 2 items. Let's put 1, and as you can see, everything works great. So that's our complete tutorial for how to create the paginations using PHP and jQuery AJAX. You can use the same technique for loading product, search, or anything you know better. Okay, I hope this tutorial helped you. You can find the source code on the description of this video. If you have any question, just let me know at the comment below. Have a great time. Goodbye.